Hello everyone, I finally got this list out there. It is my top 10 worst films of 2012. Now, I should say some dishonorable mentions first. My dishonorable mentions are Goats, Mirror Mirror, The Three Stooges, and Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2. No, I'm just kidding, it's Touchback. Now, I want to say something. You will not find Twilight on this list, because I did not hate it as much, and I feel that's something that's going to be brought up in discussion why was the Twilight on here. I did not like the film. It was a bad film, but it was not one of the worst of the year. I saw 10 films that were a lot worse. Let me get into number 10. Now, this film actually wasn't worse than Twilight, but the reason it's on here is just how big of a disappointment it was for me. Chronicle at number 10. But just hear me out, Just Trank fanboys and fanboys who love this movie. I understand. Most people weren't expecting anything in this movie. Unlike me, who saw the trailer and I just said, oh, hallelujah. But it was my 5th most anticipated film of last year, and I was just very let down. I know I probably shouldn't expect as much, but I saw the trailer and I just said, wow, that looks awesome. And in the end, I got a film that I thought was okay. But I know a lot of people like it because they weren't expecting anything, and, you know, they like it. They just like it. But I was expecting way too much for this movie, so I guess the reason it's on here is more of my fault. So to Chronicle, Josh Trank, and everyone involved with the film, I am sorry that I was too excited for you. Number 9, we have Fun Size. Now, Fun Size in a film, I said wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but there was this one thing that got to me. Remember that song the kid mixes together at the end? If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. It kept replaying over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And at number 8, we have Jennifer Lawrence's worst film of the year out of the 3 she made. House at the End of the Street, or Hates. This film is one of the most generic, stupid, idiotic horror movies I've ever seen, with a twist that's lame and sort of resembles Psycho. Yeah, I know it could be considered a spoiler, since almost everyone knows the ending of Psycho. But, no! I can admit that Jennifer Lawrence and the main kid in this movie have good chemistry, but this movie is so bad. It's so bad. I mean, I don't even want to go into it. Number 7. At number 7, I have a film that's not much better. Yeah, we have Cold Like a Day. Cold Like a Day is one of those truly perfect action films that's sarcasm, ha ha ha. This film is boring, stupid, you don't care about the characters, the twists are weak, the acting is pretty bad from Henry Cavill, Sigourney Weaver, and Bruce Willis, and Sigourney will get to you later. But I don't even know what that was I just did, but that's what this movie brings on me. No emotions, just that sound. Replay. I don't even know what. Number 6, we have John Carter. This film is boring with a plot that will confuse kids, and might even confuse adults. The film's action is actually pretty well shot, however the acting is absolutely horrible. Taylor Kitsch and Lynn Collins give the best performances of their career, but that's not saying much considering what has Taylor Kitsch started in the past. He started in X-Men Origins. This film is truly bland. It feels like a generic sci-fi story because it's what launched all sci-fi stories. Maybe if this film was made in the past, it would have been much more successful. Hard to do, but it would become an instant hit. But, unfortunately, it was made in the year 2012, where we have much better sci-fi movies such as Looper than this piece of garbage. And at number 5, I have the most painfully unfunny film I've seen this year, The Watch. The Watch is a film directed by Akiva Schaffer, who's a funny guy, a really funny guy. But unfortunately, this movie is not. Ben Stiller, Vince Vaughn, and Jonah Hill are all wasted, as well as the guy, what's his name, Richard Ayoade, or something like that, I don't know. But he sucks too. He's the best though. I'm just bringing out my hatred for this movie. Jonah Hill luckily got a rebound this year with Django Unchained. Unfortunately, Vince Vaughn and Ben Stiller and Richard Ayoade did not get so lucky. This film is truly a piece of trash with no funny jokes. I did not laugh once, and the most fun I had is when they were singing in a car, and they ruined that in the trailer. So pretty much, you have no reason to go see this forbidden, I'm sorry, this film isn't unforbidden, it is forbidden. Because if you watch this, then your eyes will melt out of your sockets. Well, number 4. ATM. ATM is a film with so many plot holes that it's almost like an invasion. To my point, in my review, I called it the invasion of the plot holes. I've called it that for so many times. So I'm not going to call it the invasion of the plot holes today. Oh, no. I'm going to call it the nuclear bomb of plot holes that continue to go through your story, making every turn seem stupid, every other twist horrible, and just make this whole movie a complete suckfest. Josh Peck, what are you doing? I mean, really, you are a good actor. Drake and Josh was a funny show. I liked it. But this is not funny or scary or intense in the least. This film is horrible. Number 3. LOL. LOL is truly a film that is just so horrible that you will laugh your way through. You will laugh your way through with all the misreads, but it's not fun this time. It is not fun. It is painful at times. I wanted to break something at times. I wanted to rip open a door off its hinges and then throw it out the window into my neighbor's garden, where it gets ran over with a lawnmower that I used to stab a vampire in the heart, which comes back as a rabid wolf with rabies and then attacks a homeless person, as that homeless person turns out to be Mark Ruffalo, who turns into the Incredible Hulk and destroys New York with Godzilla. And that is how I felt watching LOL. And number 2, we have Wreck-Free Genesis. Apparently it's not record-free like I thought. It's Wreck-Free. Now, I have not seen any of the other 2 Wreck films, but if this is what they're like, I do not want to. Now, my brother actually has seen the original Wreck, and he says it's a good film, but unfortunately, this film isn't. It's a film that's very boring, no good fight scenes. The fight scenes in this film look fake, and I'm fine with fake fight scenes. I liked Alter Egos. But this film has no fun. In the end, it's a love story that you don't care about because there are zombies out. You think, oh, cool, zombie fighting, right? No, you get this love story that ends with the stupidest ending ever, and it is just horrible. It is horrible. Okay, let's get to number 1. We all know what it's gonna be. It's Vamps. To Fate. The director of Clueless and Fast Times at Ridgemont High made this piece of garbage. This film is one of the worst films I've ever seen. Ever! I know some people liked it, but I did not. I did not care for it. It punches in the face. I was going to say, I can't even think of the name anymore. I'm sorry. Anyway, it punches in the face everything that has to do with vampires. Sigourney Weaver, what are you doing? Fire your agent. Yeah, he got you Cabin in the Woods, but come on, you were barely in that. I mean, start making good movies again. Start. You were nominated for an Oscar. And Malcolm McDowell, what are you doing? Tank Girl? Suck? Yes, that's an actual movie. I'm just not saying that Tank Girl sucks, though it does. But now this? You're barely in this movie, and the sting still hurts. Not to mention, there's that chick from Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23, or whatever it's called. I think that is the name. She's not good in it. No one's good in it. This whole movie is a complete waste of time, life, and energy. No one should have funded this movie. This movie should have been a wasted idea, because that's what it feels like. Or maybe make it a TV show. I mean, this film is the saddest excuse for a movie I have ever seen. Yeah, it's not the worst movie I've ever seen. The Yu-Gi-Oh movie is worse. Baby Geniuses 2 is worse. Baby Geniuses is worse. But this film is pretty darn horrible. It is awful. Yes, it is. This film sucks. It's horrible. It's the worst movie of the year. I hated it. Stupid. None of the jokes hit. They were all stupid. None of them were funny. They were juvenile. They just weren't funny. This guy has no idea of what the writer. He does not know what funny is. He knows what stupid is, but he doesn't know what funny is. If you are going to make a comedy, and yeah, even if it's for kids, that doesn't mean they don't have a brain. They know what funny is and not is. It is not funny. Toilet jokes are not funny. They are if they're done right. But no, you do not know how to write humor, and the directing doesn't help you out, and the actors, they're just there to make a quick, easy paycheck. So the humor in this film is just horrible. I thought it looked stupid, bland, and unoriginal. And guess what? I was correct. I went out to see it, and I hated it. And then for the second film, that same friend dragged me out to see it. Hated it. The third film, I saw it, I hated it, but it was the best of the series. And then the fourth film. It was absolutely horrid. It was the second worst one of the series. My least favorite is the first. Now we get to the fifth and final installment, and I am so glad it is the final one. It's not even that these films are horrible. It's that I hate the hype around them. Everyone's just like, I have a lot of friends who are girls, and they're just like, oh no, you just don't get it. It's the love story that will last forever. Yeah, it sucks, and they should know. But, again, my opinion. It made me feel like I got shot in the knee, stabbed in the heart, ripped open by Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, set on fire, that poltergeist from my DVD update review went into my knee and ripped it apart. Then I was sent to the Devil's Playground. I was sent to literally the Devil's Playground, where the wrestler The Undertaker was there. He ripped me open. Then I was sent to Purgatory that fell from the sky, and then I fell on a Mercedes, and then I got ripped apart by a werewolf, thrown into the cabin in the woods, died, got killed, and then the universe exploded. That is how bad this trailer was. I mean, it looks like the free. Let me get into the writing in this film. The writing in this film is completely awful. First of all, I know it's small bears, the stereotypical bears you would see in a theme park. And not to mention, there was an Uncle Sam with a flamethrower. And he is supposed to be scary. Yeah, sure, he stabs just one guy and it looks gross. But you know what? When he is an Uncle Sam with a flamethrower, you are not going to make him scary.